1979, Itzhak Bentov, a brilliant inventor and mystic, was killed in a plane crash just as his work was reaching a critical breakthrough. Soon after, his research, detailed maps of consciousness and reality itself, was quietly absorbed by the Central Intelligence Agency. For decades, it was buried. Why? What secret about the holographic universe did Bentov uncover that was deemed so dangerous, so powerful, that it had to be classified and hidden from the public? In this journey, we are not just telling a story. We are decoding the files they tried to bury. And the final secret we uncover may permanently alter how you see the world and yourself. We live inside a story we did not write. From the moment we are born, we are handed a script, labels, rules, limitations. We are told the world is solid, that time moves in one direction, that we are separate, isolated consciousnesses inside a biological machine. This script defines our reality. But what if the script itself is the illusion? What if the reality you perceive, the very fabric of the cosmos, is not solid matter, but a vast, living, intelligent hologram? This was the forbidden territory mapped by Itzhak Bentov. He was not a traditional mystic speaking in parables, nor a dry scientist limited by dogma. He was an engineer, a builder of medical devices who looked at the human body and the universe and saw the same underlying architecture. He saw a system, and like any good engineer, he began to trace the blueprints. What he found was a bridge, a measurable scientific connection between the physical body and the infinite mind. He proposed that reality as we know it flickers, like frames in a film projector, running so fast they appear continuous. The universe itself pulses in and out of existence billions of times per second. We are, in his model, only here about half the time. And in the space between the flickers, that is where the true reality resides. That is the realm of pure consciousness, the source code from which the hologram is projected. This concept alone is enough to shatter our consensus reality. But Bentov went further. He provided a mechanism. He identified the human body, specifically the nervous system and the heart, as a highly advanced antenna, an instrument designed not just to perceive the hologram, but to tune it. He found that in states of deep meditation, the human body begins to resonate, to vibrate in perfect harmony with the earth itself at the precise frequency of 7.83 Hertz, the Schumann resonance. At this frequency, the antenna awakens. The receiver becomes a transmitter. The illusion of separation dissolves, and the individual mind realizes it is not just looking at the hologram, it is projecting it. This is the secret that terrified the gatekeepers. It wasn't just philosophy, it was physics. It wasn't a metaphor, it was a mechanism. If one man could map this, what could a trained group of individuals do? What could an entire awakened populace do? You cannot control a population that understands it is writing its own script. And so, his work was taken. It was repackaged, classified, and given a new name, the gateway process. It became a tool not for liberation, but for control. But a map once drawn cannot be truly destroyed. It can only wait. Today, we opened that map. We will follow Bentov's path from the micro-vibrations of our own cells to the cosmic architecture of the universe. We will decode the science, unveil the classified documents, and connect his modern physics to the most ancient wisdom hidden by spiritual traditions. This journey is an act of reclamation. It is the retrieval of a technology, a spiritual technology, that belongs to you. The question is not whether the hologram is real. The question is, what will you do once you learn how to control the projector?
To understand the secret Bentov uncovered, we must first abandon our most cherished assumption, that the world is solid. We move through a world of objects. We feel the floor beneath our feet, the chair supporting our weight. This solidity is the primary evidence of our reality. But Bentov, as both an engineer and a mystic, saw this as the grandest illusion. He looked past the sensory data and into the mechanics of perception itself. His first core concept is that of a flickering reality. Imagine you are in a dark room watching a movie. On the screen, you see a continuous flowing story, people moving, worlds changing. But if you were to slow down the projector, you would see the truth. The movie is nothing but a series of still images, static frames, separated by moments of pure darkness. The illusion of motion is created only by the speed of the projector and the limitations of your eye, which blends the frames together. Bentov proposed that our entire physical universe operates on this exact principle. Everything, you, me, the stars, the atoms in our cells, is flickering. We are pulsing between a state of matter and a state of void, a state of form and a state of pure energy. This oscillation happens inconceivably fast at the rhythm of Planck time, the smallest possible unit of time. We are on and off, here and elsewhere. When we are on, we are in the hologram, the physical world. When we are off, we return to the source, the infinite field of consciousness from which all possibilities emerge. We are, in essence, constantly dying and being reborn in every instant. This flickering is the breath of the cosmos, and it implies something staggering. Our physical existence is only half the story. We are spending half of our time outside of physical reality, in the boundless ocean of the absolute. We just don't remember it, because our physical brain, the receiver, also turns off. The memory is not recorded. This leads to his second core concept, the body as an antenna. If the universe is a projection, what is the projector? And what is the receiver? Bentov's most practical and perhaps most revolutionary discovery was the mechanism for this. He didn't just guess, he measured it. He placed subjects in meditative states and monitored the micro vibrations of their bodies. He found that as a person enters deep meditation, a remarkable synchronization occurs. The rhythm of the heart, the lungs, and the electrical signals in the brain all begin to lock into a single, coherent frequency. This frequency is 7.83 Hertz. This is the Schumann resonance, the measurable electromagnetic heartbeat of the planet Earth itself. In this state, the human body ceases to be an isolated system. It becomes a resonant antenna, perfectly tuned to the planetary field. The noise of the individual ego, the chatter of the separate self, fades. The antenna is now online. It is no longer just receiving the broadcast of consensus reality. It is now capable of receiving other frequencies, other dimensions of information stored within the great hologram. This is the key. The human body is not a prison for consciousness. It is a vehicle. It is a biological instrument of immense sophistication designed to navigate the hologram. But like any instrument, it must be tuned. We spend our lives tuned to the frequency of survival, of fear, of separation. This is the default channel. Bentov's work proved scientifically that we have the ability to change the channel. By tuning our own biological oscillator, our heart-brain coherence, we can resonate with the Earth. And by resonating with the Earth, we connect to the larger information field of the cosmos. This is the gateway the CIA was so interested in. It's not a place, it's a frequency. It is the state of resonance where the illusion of inside and outside collapses. The individual mind merges with the universal mind, and the flicker is no longer an unconscious pulse, but a conscious doorway. You are no longer just the character in the film. You are in the projection booth, watching the film reel itself.
Bentov's flickering reality and the body as a tuned antenna are the mechanics. But what is the shape of this system? What is the grand architecture that holds it all together? Here, Bentov's modern science merges perfectly with the most profound symbols of ancient wisdom. He described the universe using a model known as the torus. Imagine a donut or a vortex of energy constantly folding in on itself. Energy flows out from the center, expands in all directions, curves around the outer edge, and flows back into the center, only to emerge again. It is a perfect, self-sustaining, self-regulating system. It is the only shape in nature that can perpetually recycle its own energy. This, Bentov said, is the fundamental pattern of the cosmos. We see it everywhere. It is the shape of an apple, with its core and field. It is the shape of the magnetic field around your heart. It is the shape of the magnetic field around the earth. It is the shape of a hurricane, and it is the shape of a galaxy. The torus is the engine of the hologram. It is the flow of consciousness itself, expanding out from a point of singularity, the on flicker, into the material world, and then contracting back, the off flicker, into the void of the absolute to gather information before projecting again. The universe in this model is a grand organism that is constantly breathing, learning, and experiencing itself through this toroidal flow. But this is not a new idea. This is where we must become decoders. The USP of this channel is to see the echoes. Bentov's 20th century physics is a rediscovery of a truth encoded in myth for millennia. Look at the ancient symbol of the Ouroboros, the serpent or dragon eating its own tail. It is a circle, a cycle of life, death, and rebirth. But it is more than a 2D circle. It is a 3D process. It is the torus. The head is the singularity, the source. The body is the expansion, the material manifestation. The tail is the return, the recycling of that energy and wisdom back into the source. The Ouroboros is a symbolic blueprint of a self-sustaining holographic universe, a cosmos that creates and consumes itself in an eternal loop. It is the ultimate symbol of non-duality. The beginning is the end. The creator is the creation. Now look at another ancient blueprint, the flower of life. This sacred geometry, found in temples from Egypt to China, is said to contain the patterns of creation. At its heart, you find the seed of life, and within that, the circle. But how is the flower of life generated? It is generated by rotating circles, by vortexes. The geometry itself is a 2D map of a 3D process. It is a cross-section of the toroidal field. It is the harmonic resonance that Bentov measured. The interlocking circles represent the coherent frequencies, the unified field where every point connects to every other point. Bentov gave us the modern language, physics, hertz, oscillators, torus. The ancients gave us the symbolic language, Ouroboros, flower of life. Both are describing the exact same machine. This is the deeper narrative. The secret is not just that we live in a hologram.
It is that the operating system for this hologram has been known and encoded by our ancestors for thousands of years. They didn't have the word physics, so they called it magic, alchemy, or God. Bentov's genius was not in inventing something new, but in building a scientific instrument that was finally sensitive enough to prove what the ancient sages always knew. The universe is a single, conscious, breathing entity. And we are not just in it, we are it. Our heart is a micro-torus, reflecting the macro-torus of the cosmos. The serpent is not outside of us. We are the serpent, endlessly creating and experiencing our own reality.
We have just decoded the blueprint, the Torus, and connected Bentov's science to the wisdom of the ancients. In the next section, we will reveal exactly how the CIA weaponized this knowledge and what the gateway process truly reveals about your own power. If this journey of decoding is resonating with you, if you feel the pulse of this hidden knowledge, take a moment to subscribe and activate the bell. This channel exists to uncover these maps for the modern awakened mind. And let me know in the comments, which ancient symbol, the Ouroboros or the flower of life, resonates more with your understanding of the universe? Now, let us pull back the classified curtain. This is where the philosophical becomes chillingly practical. This is the core of the why. Why was a quiet engineer's work on meditation and cosmic shapes immediately classified? Because the CIA did not see it as philosophy. They saw it as an owner's manual. They saw it as a literal gateway to be exploited. When Bentov's work was absorbed, it became the scientific backbone for a series of documents known as the gateway process. These were not theories, they were training protocols. The goal, stated explicitly in the declassified files, was to train human consciousness to move beyond the physical, to alter the hologram, and to access information not available through normal senses. They were, in short, trying to build super soldiers of consciousness. Let's decode what they were really doing using Bentov's map. The gateway process is a step-by-step method for tuning the human antenna. It uses specific audio frequencies called hemisync to bring the left and right hemispheres of the brain into coherence. This, as Bentov proved, is the first step. It silences the ego channel. Next, the training guides the subject to perceive their own body's energy field, to visualize it as a torus. They are literally taught to spin their own energy, to feel the flow. This isn't just visualization, it's activation. They are consciously tuning their 7.83 Hertz antenna. Once the antenna is tuned, the gateway process introduces its most critical concept, derived directly from Bentov, the absolute. This is the name the CIA gave to the infinite timeless void, the off flicker in Bentov's model, the source. The training teaches the operative to click out of their physical reality and enter this void. From there, they are no longer bound by space or time. The documents calmly discuss remote viewing, seeing distant locations, and even time travel, accessing past and future information as achievable skills. Why? Because from within the absolute, you are in the projection booth. You are in the source code. All information, past, present, and future, exists simultaneously as potential. Bentov's model provided the how. The CIA
simply wrote the instruction manual. This reveals the practical, real-world meaning of Bentov's secret. Reality is not a fixed, solid place. Reality is a negotiable, frequency-based hologram. And the most powerful tool for negotiating that hologram is your own coherent consciousness. The agencies that hide this knowledge understand this principle perfectly. They don't rule through force alone. They rule by controlling the frequency. They engineer fear, distraction, and division. These are low, incoherent frequencies. A population that is anxious, afraid, and feels separate is a population whose antenna is offline. A person stuck in low-frequency survival mode will never have the coherent energy to tune their own Torus, to access the gateway, or to question the script they've been handed. They remain a passive audience, trapped in the movie. The forbidden aspect of Bentov's work is this: you are your own gateway. You do not need hemisync or a government program. The technology is your own body. The key is your own heart-brain coherence. The act of silencing your mind, of feeling gratitude, of entering deep meditation is not a passive act of self-help. It is a radical political act of retuning. It is you taking your hand back on the dial of your own reality. The true secret isn't that the CIA studied this. It's that they proved it works. And the power they sought to weaponize is the same power dormant within you right now, waiting to be unlocked.
We stand at the end of Bentov's map. We began with a mysterious death and a classified file, and we arrived at the blueprint of the cosmos, a flickering holographic torus breathing itself into existence. We decoded this map and found it was not new, it was ancient, etched into the memory of our ancestors as the Ouroboros and the flower of life. We saw how this knowledge was taken, hidden, and repackaged as a tool for power, a gateway to be controlled. But the final secret of Itzhak Bentov is not what the CIA found. It is what they missed. They believed it was a technology to be used. They failed to understand it is a truth to be lived. You are not a human using a holographic technology. You are the holographic technology. You are not a consciousness trapped inside a torus. You are the toroidal flow of the universe, experiencing itself as an individual. Bentov's true legacy is this: the illusion is not the hologram itself. The illusion is the sense of separation from it. The prison is not the flickering reality. The prison is the belief that you are merely the character and not the light projecting the image. The prison door was never locked. It was built of stories, of frequencies, of a script you were told was immutable. The moment you achieve true coherence, that 7.83 Hertz resonance, the flicker is no longer a trap. It is a choice. You can consciously pulse between the world of form and the ocean of the absolute. You can bring the wisdom of the infinite into the finite. This is awakening. It is not about escaping the world. It is about illuminating it. It is about remembering that you are the author of the script. The power to rewrite your reality, to heal your body, to change your world does not come from a classified file. It comes from the center of your own being, the singularity, the still point within your own heart's torus. This journey of awakening is not an event. It is a continuous process of decoding. If you are ready to continue this work,
remember to subscribe. And do not stop here. To truly understand the forces that shape our reality, you must understand the other pioneers who mapped it. Continue your journey by watching our video on Decoding Thoth's Forbidden Code, which appears on your screen right now. Thank you for decoding with us.